and quickly flip through it. He's offered his patronage to us if we do certain tasks for him. One of which involves investigating a suspected Sabbat house. I did some readings the other evening and looked at the map. It ties in with the darkness. So I think it's worth investigating.
The map, yes. I told the sheriff as you asked me about it.
Excellent. Thank you, Mother. So yes, we've agreed with Cornelia that we will help the primogen with his tasks. Yes.
Well, that sounds dangerous. Although primogen's patronage is not a small thing.
No.
Do very well to secure that.
Of course.
For you and your sisters.
Yes.
Oh. What exactly would that entail?
I go through my notes a little bit more. My notes just say other tasks.
No, but this investigation of the house.
This investigation, we're to look into the comings and goings. I think we're trying to see how many numbers we can pick up, as well as if we can get any bead on a location of any of our people. See if any of them have.
Certainly an important job, but I'm sure you can do it very well.
Of course. I think Mara's abilities will come in especially useful for this.
Yes, certainly.
I think that it might be worth me looking into obfuscate.
Yes, I was about to suggest I can help you hide yourself.
That'd be useful, Mother.
If you'd like to learn, we can spend some time this evening doing that. I would be grateful if you could just find a bit of time to maybe try to find some way to locate the primogen.
Of course.
Like we talked before.
Yes, no, that's...
Assuming you have time, of course.
Oh, no, that's perfectly doable. Once we've gotten ready, how about we maybe have an evening and look into it?
Yes.
It's been some time since we've spent time together.
And she stands up to get ready. She finds a note slipped under the door. Looks at it. Oh, it looks like your sisters are out hunting. And they say they should be back soon.
Very well.
No matter, we'll leave them a note as well.
Have a game of Chinese whispers.
Yes, we can all reunite shortly.
Excellent.
And she starts getting ready, brushing her hair, changing, putting on her makeup.
Of course. I will also do so.
Yeah. As she does that, she is looking still a bit tense. You notice her hands shaking a bit. She doesn't seem to be in pain as such, but there is some tension in her, clearly. But when she finishes, puts on her lipstick, she turns to you and smiles very warmly. All right then, shall we head out?
Yes, Mother.
And she reaches for a coat and offers you a coat, wraps you in it, and puts a hat on your head, and then dresses herself in a coat as well. As always, taking care.
I'll offer her my arm.
All right, yes. And you head out of Hotel Bristol, having left a note for Mara and Janina, that you also will be back soon. And she needs you. We're not far from the hotel. Into more deeper into various ruins, you have to climb over the rubble a bit. You see that she kind of slips a little bit. She steadies herself. She is fairly sturdy, but it's not the easiest ground to walk on. But you manage to get through, and you get to a pretty dark area, quite hidden inside between some ruined buildings, stepping on the rubble. And she looks to you. All right, my dear, I think this is a suitable place. We won't be disturbed here.
Excellent.
Well, to start, first thing you will always need to do is to find a shadow. Something that can mask you from sight, so that can use it to disappear completely. From the eyes of, well, most who might want to find you.
Yes.
It's not infallible, you should remember that. But you should know that very well, given your talents.
Yes, indeed. I start glancing around the area, looking for a suitable spot.
There are plenty. You can step more behind a wall, in between two walls of a building. You can crouch between a pile of rubble and remains of a standing wall. So you slip into one of these places without much problem. And Felicia, she doesn't follow you, but she keeps talking a bit louder so that you can still hear her. Well, now, my dear, I'm afraid inducing that might be not the most pleasant thing at the first time, but it will become easier as you're learning and as you practice. I feel so bad saying this, but I'm afraid this is necessary. I want you to think about all the situations where you wanted to disappear. Like the pain and your nightmares where you would just want to hide. And focus on it. Focus on the fear. Focus on not being in the place. I know it's scary, but it will become easier. But for now, think about disappearing. Blending with the world, not being noticed. Being forgotten. Being so scared that you stop existing in our realm of the world. Think about that. Focus. How are you feeling as this is going on? How do you approach this?
I'm starting to feel the fear that she's describing bubbling up as I think of situations, although they're very hazy. I think of Arik, of how he betrayed us. I think of the Sabbat. I think of needing to hide from the darkness. And perhaps the easiest way of hiding from the darkness is becoming one with it.
And you focus on it as Felicia keeps talking. Normally you don't need a roll, but for the first time, roll me manipulation and subterfuge with difficulty 7.
Okay. That is 2 successes.
2 successes. So you focus on it. And you don't quite realize what happens. Maybe you get lost in your thoughts. But you hear footsteps. And Felicia comes out from around the corner. And she looks around a bit. almost as if she couldn't find you at first. And then she realizes where you are, and her eyes rest on you, and she gives you a smile. Very well, my dear.
Thank you, Mother.
Almost tricked me. That's a good start.
Thank you. I'll slowly get to sort of straighten up and dust off my skirt slightly.
It's always good to discover another talent.
Thank you.
Well, with time, I'm sure you will learn much more. Maybe your sister can help you around with that as well.
Of course.
But I'll always be willing.
Thank you, Mother.
All right, then you can spend 10 XP and get a dot of obfuscate.
Woo! There we go.
And Felicia spends some more time with you like this, making you practice, just to make sure that you indeed can do it, like with reasonable certainty, that it wasn't just one-time luck. And the time is passing, and you are learning to hide in the shadows from the eyes of most mortals and kindred. And after some time passes, Felicia looks satisfied and kind of calmer. She relaxes a bit. Oh, it's good to see you're so talented in this, my dear.
Thank you, Mother.
I will be much calmer, knowing you know how to hide, if there's a need.
Of course. It's better to have as many competencies as possible when going into dangerous situations.
Oh, of course, and I'm afraid with the situation in this city, we need everything we can get.
Of course. I'll be sure to work on that.
Well, you're a talented young woman. I'm sure you will excel.
Thank you, Mother. But we had another task for this evening, I believe.
Yes, if you could help. Before that, she reaches towards you and just dusts you off a little bit, where you missed a bit of dust.
I'll patiently wait.
Your hair a bit. Well, I don't know much about how you want to do this. Any clue that you could give me relating to the primogen would be much appreciated. It's a difficult, complicated task finding them.
I could try the trick with the map again, see if that provides any more certainty. Right, I'll need to find a little bit of light so I can read it.
Let's go back to the street, maybe.
Yes.
And she starts climbing back over the rubble, trying to help you in it, but also leaning on you.
Yes.
Especially a few times when some of the rubble slips from under her feet. But you get down and you are back on the street. There isn't that much light here. But you weren't that far from Hotel Bristol. And as you walk up closer, there is light coming from the windows of the hotel. And you see inside some people sitting in a cafe, enjoying their dinners. And you can easily set up your map here on the street or on the bit of rubble nearby.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe a little bit out of sight. I don't necessarily want someone massively overseeing what I'm doing, although it's not really a masquerade breach. It's just a bit weird.
I mean, you're just basically a person with a map. There's few people walking past. It's not a massive crowd of people. Occasionally someone walks past. You can easily just wait for someone to walk away and start doing your thing then.
Yes. I will take off my necklace and then ask Mother to give me descriptions of what the Malkavian primogen looks like, what their name is.
She goes, well, they're known as incertum. That's the only name I've ever known them by. They look different. They were a different person every time I saw them, which was just few times. They don't seem to stay the same for very long. It's a bit difficult to describe such an individual. You see where my problem comes from.
Yes, no, I can understand. Okay. You wouldn't happen to know if we are related to them by blood at all?
We might be. They're so secretive. It would make sense that there's been, few kindred in between us. I'm certain.
Yes, of course.
I don't know many other elders of our clan around.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I know I'm not making it easy for you.
I like a challenge.
But that's why they're not so easy to track down.
Right. I make a couple of notes in my book, and then I'll slowly prick my thumb on one of my fangs, and then smear it over the base of my necklace. Then I'll take my map, hold the necklace over it, and wait for it, sort of continue holding the necklace over the top of the map and wait to see where the blood falls. And I focus on a changeable Malkavian, potentially of my blood, and try to envisage where they might be.
Then roll your perception and awareness with difficulty 9 this time.
I am going to spend a willpower on this.
Yeah. By the way, you would have regained a point of willpower and lost a point of blood when you woke up. Sorry, I forgot about this.
Okay, that's fine. So did I. Okay. Sorry, that was perception and empathy.
Awareness.
Awareness. That is 3 successes.
3 successes. With willpower?
Yes.
All right. So you start circling your necklace over the map, focusing on a drop of blood. And the necklace starts spinning in very strange patterns, indicating hiding and difficulty of finding someone who doesn't want to be noticed. But as it moves over the area not that far from here, which you know to be the old town area, where the old royal palace used to be before it got destroyed during the war. Near there, it's just by the Vistula River, and the drop falls on this area right next to the river. Some of it stretching onto the river even. And very quickly, just sinking into the paper of the map, soaking through it, and spreading around. And you know that this is the area to look. And you know that the person you're looking for might not wish to be found. Just like the drop is soaking in the paper, they are soaking in their surroundings to become almost indistinguishable from it.
Well, it's no wonder you're having difficulty finding them, Mother. They do not seem to wish to be found, although I have an area, potentially. I indicate the area marked with blood.
Felicia leaned over the map now, looking. That's not that far. Shouldn't be a long walk.
We could go together.
Yes, we could go. Have a look. Try checking it out.
Make an evening of it.
Yes, I'm sure your sisters will be fine for an evening. Well, unless you think they're likely to get up to too much trouble.
I'm sure they're perfectly capable of entertaining themselves.
We didn't get that much time to spend together recently. Let's go.
Yes.
And she offers her arm.
I will take her arm.
And you start walking from the Hotel Bristol. It's not a long walk. It's just basically down one road. You're going along. It used to be a pretty lively area. Now it's mostly ruins. It's pretty dark. Mm-hmm. There are people walking past you. Generally workers with shovels, pickaxes. And you walk towards the ruins of the old city. And when you get there, you see exactly that. More ruins and the dark water of Vistula River in the distance. You see behind the ruins, sort of a bit lower down the hill, some of the rubble has been mostly cleared out. There is some sand now in its place. It's clearly a construction site. There aren't very many people around there, but there's few people still working. And as you're walking through the old town to get to this area, roll me perception and awareness with difficulty 8.
Okay. Three successes again.
3 successes. So, as you're walking, before you even get to the construction site area, as you're passing the ruins of the royal palace, you get the sense of someone watching you. Not quite. Like you look around and you can't quite pinpoint the person. And as you are glancing around, trying to find, you see Felicia is also alerted, but even more like confused than you are. Your eyes, in a distance, across the rubble, focus on a shadow, the shape of a silhouette. And you cross eyes with the very pale eyes of a person there who just looks to you very intensely and then disappears.
We're not alone. I keep staring at that spot where they disappeared.
Yeah. Felicia focuses on that spot as well. Yes, I also got the sense someone was watching. Something was wrong. Yes, and I don't think that's the primogen. It seems much more sinister. I couldn't see it, but
From the eyes, could I read an expression or anything off of them?
It was very intense. Observing, judging, assessing. She's looking. She's visibly more tense now, much more alert.
There were pale eyes in the darkness.
I had a sense of... For a moment, I thought I could smell blood.
I don't think I got that, but yes, we're definitely being observed, so we might wish to be cautious.
Yes. She looks towards the place where you indicated the figure was.
Do we wish to investigate that, or shall we continue?
I think maybe for now we should remember that and consider carefully what to do next.
Right.
This seems very disturbing. You can see that she is a bit shaken by whatever experience she had.
I would like to look for any omens around me that might indicate whether we're about to be in active danger.
All right, have a look. Roll perception and awareness, difficulty 8.
So that is... Oh, good lord. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 successes.
That's 8 successes. So, you look around and your eyes focus on the sky, where you see the clouds gathering around the shape of the moon, close to obscuring the light, but not quite. And you see a crow, and then another, and another, the 3 of them, circle, almost circling around the moon. Once, twice, 3 times, observing. And then you see another bird fly by. And you see a bit of a fight break out between them. And you see some feathers falling from the sky to the ground in the moonlight. As the clouds finally move with the wind, obscuring the light of the moon, and it gets darker. And you know that the thing you've seen is very dangerous, and it's just observing for now. And you're not necessarily in an immediate danger, but there is danger coming from it. And that danger is undeniable, and it can strike any time at anyone who would cross its path. And you know it will be coming for more. Not necessarily immediately. But it is. Maybe not inevitable, but a very clear possibility. Here. Not necessarily if you stay here. This is like deeper. This is much more far-reaching.
Right.
If you stay here, you get the sense you're not in immediate danger, unless you were to accidentally cross the path of the thing. But you also, because you have so many successes, got the sense that this is generally waiting and observing and biding its time to strike, but that it will strike, it will come, and it brings danger. And it's a far-reaching danger.
Is it similar to the darkness?
It's not quite the same. You get a bit different sense from that. The darkness was very clearly reaching for things and then closing. This thing is more stalking somewhere, biding its time, with a clear goal. And definitely dangerous. Possibly dangerous to everyone. But not quite striking now, not quite reaching, just observing.
Right. We're not necessarily in immediate danger, Mother. But I do not think we wish to cross its path again.
No, I would certainly prefer to avoid that.
It is observing for now. But it will be coming for more. We should probably be cautious.
Let's be cautious. Let's hope the primogen will show up if need comes. If they're here.
Let's head to that area, but we'll keep an eye out.
She nods her head and takes your arm and leads you, walking at a brisker pace, much more alert now.
I'm keeping my eye, well, I guess my inner eye more open for anything that's hidden nearby. I'm less worried about dangers that are right here, right now, and more about something that's obscuring itself.
Yeah, and you reach the construction site. There are a few people still moving the rubble out from around it, from the areas. It looks like they're clearly about to construct something, maybe a road, most likely, and they're clearing the area, preparing a place for the roads to be built. Felicia reaches it, starts looking.
Should we maybe get into a position and stay hidden while we do this?
Yes, let's do that.
It's a good excuse for me to practice.
And you find a place where you can easily blend into the shadow and disappear from sight. And you're watching, and there are a few people moving, still clearly working, mostly workers, nobody else. Are you doing anything specific to look for, or are you just keeping your senses open?
I think I'm slowly observing each person and maybe trying aura perception on them just to see whether they're human.
Then roll perception and empathy.
It'll be slow going as I have to observe them each individually, but what's my difficulty here?
8. It's always 8.
Okay. That is just 2 successes.
2 successes. So you look, you get the sense from the workers, nothing too specific, mostly tiredness, some frustration, some anticipation. And you see one worker looking maybe 40, a bit hunched, pushing a wheelbarrow in this torn jacket and woolen trousers, a bit dusty and dirty, who doesn't have an aura.
Oh, that's interesting. I tap Mother on the arm and slowly indicate to them. They are interesting.
She looks. Indeed.
Could that be them?
I think it seems right.
I'm curious what they're doing here.
So am I. Well, I suppose I could just try talking.
I could stay close by in case something goes wrong.
Oh, yes. Please do that.
Of course. Shall I stay here or shall I come down a bit with you? In fact,
you'll be all right to stay here.
Okay.
I'll follow them. And she starts walking onto the construction site. Few people give her a curious glance, but she just smiles at them. Oh, just passing through, honey. Don't trouble yourself. You're working so well at rebuilding our city. And the workers are like, okay, but this is a construction site. But she just keeps going and ignores them. And they're a bit bewildered by this whole, like, old lady coming through. And she follows the man with the wheelbarrow, who moves to the side. And you can see him glance behind his shoulder. And smiles. And you can see his eyes fall on you, straight on you, across the whole construction site.
I smile at him.
And he smiles. And he winks. And keeps pushing his barrow. And then turns round the corner, and you lose the sight of him.
Right.
And Felicia follows there.
Right. If I were to increase my hearing here, there's quite high likelihood I might go deaf, isn't there?
Yeah. It's not that loud. It's mostly people removing rubble, wheelbarrowing stuff. So it's not like drilling or anything that much going on.
Okay.
If there was some,
loud noise. Yeah, probably wouldn't be the safest thing for me to do. I don't like that I can't see, but Mother did say to stay here. I'm standing here very torn for a minute, trying to decide what to do. I look to some of the dust that's blowing across the construction site, and I want to see whether it's going to be safe for Mother to be alone with them.
So roll perception and awareness. Difficulty will be 7.
Okay. Oh, good Lord. That is 7 successes.
7 successes. So you are looking to the dust and shapes in the dust and the way that it almost forms paths for you. And you see that they're nice, clear paths and they're safe. But you also see they're winding, folding over each other. And she will be safe. She'll be back in a second. Back to you as one of the path leads. But she won't get to talk to him. He will lose her.
I sigh and sit down and wait for Mother to return.
And indeed, soon after that, she comes back. Looking slightly less cheerful. Bit tired with everything and kind of done. But she doesn't pay any attention to the workers. She just heads straight to you. Well, it appears he wasn't in a mood to talk. I suppose we should leave him be for now.
I offer her my arm. He seems to have a sense of humor.
Yes.
I believe he saw me and winked.
Well, I suppose that's some kind of connection. Something we can tell the prince at least.
Great. The Malkavian primogen winked at me.
Well, you've seen him at least. Not that
yes.
it will necessarily help anyone find him if he doesn't wish to talk to anybody.
No. But at least there's proof that he's alive. Well,
yes, here. I suppose it's good to know. I don't think Prince will be happy with that, though.
No.
But, I'll have to talk to her and I suppose try to get Primogen to see some sense. Right, let's get back then.
I offer her my arm and
you keep walking.
Cautious eye out for those pale eyes in the darkness.
You do. And you get a brief sense of someone watching you again as you leave, but it disappears as you start, as you keep moving away from the main square there, and from the royal palace ruins and from the old city, and then it's gone.
Is that something we might wish to report, Mother?
Certainly, we should certainly.
Because I think it's going to be a danger in future.
Yes, absolutely. We should. There's so many dangers around. It's difficult to keep track of those. But I suppose we can throw one more into the mix.
Why not? What's one more to add to the pile?
Yes. Well, shall we get back and get to it then?
Indeed. Give a report.
And you walk back to the Hotel Bristol without an incident. And you step inside, you hear laughter of the people, some buzz of conversation, some piano music. And as you're walking up the stairs, you see Cornelia walking down. And she smiles at you.
Good evening.
Good evening, Beatrice. I hoped to find you tonight. I would very much like to speak to you and the rest of your coterie about the task. I have some extra details that may be helpful.
Excellent.
I was told the Nosferatu Mara was in the Elysium earlier, but I didn't catch her. I can wait there.
That would be perfect. I'll go see if we can
get them.
I'll go see if we can hunt them down.
Of course. See you soon.
Excellent.
She smiles to Felicia as well. Felicia smiles to her. Good evening, my dear. And you walk up the stairs. And Felicia turns to you. Well, should you go and get your sisters then? I think I'll head to the Elysium. See what everyone's up to, if I can report any of the things we've seen.
I'll go check our rooms. If she's not there, I might head to the Elysium, see who's seen.
Of course. I will be there.
Excellent. And I'll head along to the rooms.
So there's no one at your room.
That's fair.
But then you get to Janina's and Mara's room and you knock at the door, and Mara, Janina, you hear the knocking just after, in the middle of your expression of anger over various things you've witnessed and found out. There is knocking at the door.
Quiet with that. Mara, very...
Can I hear them shushing?
With your aspects, probably, yeah.
I know the thriller movie where the protagonist is creeping towards the door, ready to shoot. I don't have a gun, but
so you do that, okay?
I creep towards the door and
Girls,
yes.
Are you in there?
You see Mara open the door with a weird smile.
Is everything all right?
Absolutely. Oh, our sister is back, apparently. I tell towards Janina. Well, fancy to see you here.
Yes, shocking to see me at our rooms. Are you sure everything's all right?
Perfect, just perfect.
I would like to activate aura perception.
Perception and empathy. Difficulty 8.
Now watch as I botch this, like I have every other time I've tried to use
I'm
this on the
trying
girls.
to seem calm. I'm trying to hide that.
Well, roll your self-control and subterfuge.
Oh my god!
Dolores. Yeah?
No successes!
You can't seem to focus on her
Okay.
aura.
Every time!
What
the
is the
power of
difficulty?
anarchy is protecting us.
I have 2 successes.
Okay. Janina seems reasonably calm.
I'm perfectly capable of reading random people I've never met before, but the people that I've lived with for a year, no idea.
It's the power of anarchy.
Wonderful.
Protecting us, shielding us. Well, did you need something? Just passing by? What can I do for you?
I think we have a task with the Ventru primogen, aren't we?
Yes, Cornelia was wishing to speak with us more about that. She's got some more details for us.
Awesome.
Marvelous.
Were you with Felicia?
Yes, we went to look for the Malkavian primogen. They are elusive. Might be the most apt description. We found them, but could not get close enough to actually have a conversation before they disappeared.
Oh, what a shame.
That is odd.
Also, I've begun learning some of taken steps to start down the path of obfuscate. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good.
Although I'm nowhere near as talented as Mara is at it, but
Don't worry.
I can do the bare minimum. What have you girls been up to?
Nothing in particular.
Just hunting. Hanging out in the Elysium.
You discovered something in the hospital? I didn't ask you.
Oh, you didn't. Yeah, right. Yeah, well, I met with Sarah, the nurse that I knew personally, and I'm not sure if it went well, but because she was quite suspicious of me trying to reach out to Joanna.
Okay, I don't like this.
Yeah,
I don't like this.
But she, I don't know. She has a contact that if Joanna will want to meet with us or with me, she will contact the receptionist here. So we have to wait.
You gave her the details of the hotel.
I just gave her the contact where she can reach to me. I think I did. I did give her.
You gave her a phone number.
Yeah.
For the goal.
Yeah.
But why she seemed suspicious when you asked about the other nurse?
I'm not sure, because I think she knows that she's involved in something, but I don't think she really know in what, but I think she thinks that she's in trouble, but I don't think she thinks it's something like supernatural. I don't think Sarah knows that. I think she's just worried about her, that she got into something bad.
Okay. We can't wait for long, though.
Yeah, I know.
If she does not contact us tonight, tomorrow we have to talk to them. They want it or not.
Yeah, that's right.
I sincerely hope the nurse is not going around talking about this in the hospital, because this could only end badly. We have to act quickly.
I don't really know what exactly Leonard said to her, so it's hard to tell how much she's talking to other people, or what exactly she's telling them.
Okay. Tomorrow night we have to act. If she doesn't contact you, we go there anyway. Put an end to this before things got...
You would know that she is very unlikely to contact you tonight, because she was working at the hospital tonight, and for her to even speak to Joanna, she would need to go back home.
That makes sense.
Or contact her during the day shift. Yeah. So you don't think it's likely you will get any call before morning?
Yeah, I think we should wait till tomorrow, because I met with her and there is no way for her to, contact her as quickly. So I think we will wait till tomorrow night, and if there is no contact from her, then we will have to proceed otherwise.
Yes.
Wonderful.
But that's basically all that we did.
Okay, now let's go to...
I would like to insight check, since Auspex is apparently failing me today.
All right. Well, on what do you want to find out?
It was on Janina saying, and that was all we did.
Okay. Well, Janina had her 2 successes on pretending everything is good and calm, so roll perception and empathy with difficulty 6. And if you get more than 2.
Okay. I got 2 exactly.
Okay, then roll again, both of you.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I didn't roll at all, so...
Oh, no, before. You rolled before that. Self-control and subterfuge.
Okay.
Well, actually, roll manipulation and subterfuge now, as you're talking as well.
Okay. I don't think... Oh, I have to. Okay, so it's the same, so... And what is the difficulty?
6.
I have 3 successes.
Seems
absolutely nothing.
Fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. We did nothing.
Seems like nothing more went on. They seem perfectly calm.
Yep, everything's fine. Okay, I'm just gonna... The whispering was clearly just gossiping.
Yeah.
Grand.
It was, in a sense.
Okay, grand.
Anarch.
So, shall we go find Cornelia? She said she was going to be in Elysium.
Yes. Yeah. Sure.
So you head towards the lounge, and as you enter, you see various people inside as always. Mara is pretty similar to, the social makeup before when you were there. There's quite a bit of toreadors. There's Bruno playing. There's Rahela. The prince is gone by now. She's no longer here. Rahela is sitting near Elisa, and they're watching Bruno play. And there is indeed Cornelia, who is sitting by one of the tables, and she gestures towards you to come closer. And you can grab some chairs and bring them over if you want to sit. She didn't do that beforehand. And as you come up, she stands up.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
I'm glad we got this opportunity to talk. Since you agreed to perform the task for us, I have some more information that might come in handy. We had a ghoul stationed outside the place, observing the entrance. There were a few people that frequented it. There were sometimes mortals taken in. However, we of course couldn't send a ghoul inside, and he went missing before delivering, well, all we might have wanted, as you understand. But before that, he managed to take some photographs, and she pulls out from her bag an envelope, and from it, 3 photographs. And on one, you see, sparks intense emotions in you.
I hope they see
A
Bear.
young,
Graph.
young-looking man, in a pretty nondescript clothing, a bit messy hair, walking in with a pickaxe over his arm, and dragging a person with him. And you know this is Arek. The emotions are recognizable. The anger, when you see him, is unmistakable. In the second photograph, you see more of the area there. The area is a church that is partially ruined. There is in its facade, in the front, there is a gaping hole where part of it collapsed. Part of the roof is still holding at the front, but it collapsed in the deeper part of the church, and the back is much more heavily destroyed. There is some rubble piled up there. And near on the right-hand side from the church, there is also a smaller building connected to it, one of the church buildings that doesn't look that destroyed. You see some bullet marks in the walls of both buildings. And in the third photograph, you see the same scene, and you also see Arek walking in and holding hands with a blonde-haired woman, looking very young, very thin. He's wearing a jacket and trousers and is dressed more like everyone around, and she's wearing a summer dress with some flowery pattern. Rather nice dress, a bit dirty now, looks a bit worn, and she's walking with him. And as you look at her, Bea, you also get this pang of anger and fear. She looks familiar, not maybe that you've seen her. It's very distant, like maybe you've seen her in a vision or something like that.
We notice Bea like changing expression or she.
I think she definitely picks up that last photo and looks at it very closely, and there's definitely sort of a flicker of both anger and confusion. She's not actively trying to hide it.
Do you recognize them?
Well, that's Arek, but that woman feels familiar.
She seems familiar to me for some reason. Okay.
Not at all. Neither to you, Janina.
I feel like I've seen her before. If you don't mind, I pull out my notebook and start flicking through the last few weeks, I guess, trying to see if there's any mention of a blonde woman that...
So you see a mention of a blonde woman in the vision you had at your haven after it was destroyed, leaving bloody lip marks on the walls. Wearing a makeup done with blood.
Yes.
Right.
And it clicks. It's a similar kind of feeling.
I put the notepad away. She was part of the group that helped destroy our haven.
Oh. We are homeless thanks to her.
And others, but yes, she was there.
Cornelia looks to you. So are you familiar with this kindred?
I've seen her in visions before. I've not met her in person. Thankfully, I think.
Certainly. Well, I'm sure you will have an opportunity to gather more information.
Of course.
You can keep the photos.
Thank you. That's generous.
It is certainly a risky task. As I said, we could not have sent a ghoul inside.
No.
And we lost the one who was watching anyway, who was just staying outside.
Right.
Will you require weapons?
I mean, some sort of a blade wouldn't go amiss, I think, for me.
A blade, of course.
I currently have a small knife, but it's not much use.
Of course.
Thank you.
She looks to you, Mara and Janina. Anything else?
I don't think so. I don't think Janina knows how to handle so.
I slightly bow my head. I always carry my weapons with me.
I look at you slightly strangely.
So does Cornelia.
Hey, they're very dangerous.
I mean actual weapons that could help you defend yourself from Sabat.
But you know, I really want to see like Mara headbutting Sabat. It says mean, not Janina, it means.
Don't embarrass me in front of the Ventru.
Well, the Ventru looks a bit...
No. I don't need other
weapons. At Mara. And then you say you don't need a weapon. She's like, all right then. Do you have any questions?
You said that they had seen a number of people going in. Do you have a rough estimate what their numbers were previously, or was that...
Well, a recall reported saying 5 different individuals, but not all of them were coming in and out. I don't think they're all staying there.
Right.
That's not counting various mortals who are taken in.
Okay.
Might be ghouls as well on their side that we don't know of. It's not a heavily guarded place. We wouldn't have sent you into a Sabbat fortress.
Well, I appreciate that.
And we think it's a fairly newly established haven.
All right.
Okay. We came across it when they heard the rumors of certain celebrations they had there.
Right.
Wasn't that long ago.
Okay. Is there anything else I need to ask her? And so you're looking for numbers roughly and whether any of our people might be being kept there? Is that correct?
Well, numbers are less important than details that you can give us about the specific individuals.
Of course.
We'd like to know what is inside and if any of our people are being held there.
Okay.
I know it is risky, but I assure you that the rewards that you can expect are certainly worth the risk.
I think it's also,
Primogen will appreciate
of
your
course,
help
and
in this,
this
and
will
appreciate the risk you took.
this will benefit the
Absolutely.
Camarilla.
Yes.
That is in all of our interests.
It's our pleasure to help make the city a safe place. We'll do what we have to do. I have a few ideas. Don't worry.
She looks to you with not very certain expression.
I think Janina is not paying much attention to all this conversation. Like, she looked at the photos, but she's still distracted by what Mara told her. So she has a lot of thoughts in her head. So she's pretending that she is paying attention, but she's not.
All right. Okay.
Right. So what is? So we're looking for what's inside. Are any of our people there? And details on individuals going in and out. Excellent.
More like individuals who live there specifically.
Yes. Yes. Sorry.
I look at the pics. It's a church display. So
yes,
there are like windows.
Well, it's all ruined, so there are holes where there would be windows, and there are holes where the wall collapsed when it was bombed. So, and then there is another building, and it has indeed windows. The one which is on the right next to the church. Well, on the right when you're facing it. There are some windows there.
Right. Well,
I really have a plan.
I don't like it.
Well, I think that we should maybe head off and see if we can at least get started on this task with the remainder of the night. Do you girls agree?
Yes.
I don't think you will have much time this night to deal with it.
Sorry, I wasn't sure how much time had passed at this point.
There was quite a lot of walking in between.
Okay, fair enough. Very well. We'll maybe see either we could take a start at that tomorrow.
Yes, of course.
Absolutely. I indeed have an idea.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear it.
If you require feeding before, feel free to come to me and we will provide for you.
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I will be here tomorrow evening.
Thank you very much.
Just find me.
Good evening.
Thank you.
She knows.
Good night.
Should we head back to the rooms and see if we can get some planning done?
Oh, yes, sure.
Okay. I'll turn to Mara as once we've left. Well, in fact, I'll have to wait until we get to the rooms. Never mind.
You get there fairly quickly.
Turn to Mara. What was that about?
It's useless to ask for weapons. I can't. I will probably just stab myself with a knife. So
we are trying to make a good impression, I believe. Yes.
Yes, and
I don't really
the reason I didn't say that with these exact words. And I can't try to stab someone with my horns. I never tried.
Maybe the Sabbat is not the best place to start with that.
Yes, is the reason my plan does not involve my horns. At least.
What is your plan?
Yes, what is it?
Because I'm generally anxious to hear it.
Why this pessimism?
No, I'm just.
Let me explain. No.
Okay, explain, please.
Thanks to my new, the easiest approach is just me stalking people and stay there and watch people.
But Bea also knows how to
there
hide.
is there is a way, a safer way to know what's going on the area, and thanks to my new
I see where this is going.
extraordinary abilities,
It's
I
gonna
can
be furry
play
friends, right?
Eh?
It's
What?
gonna be furry friends. You're gonna involve your furry friends.
I was thinking more the feathered kind of friends.
All right, but basically the
A
same.
bird
Cute
and
animal.
all can look inside the building.
Right. Well, I like that because that
You
doesn't involve
say?
us personally. So
I mean, I don't know what a stupid and dumb bird know about Kindred, but
I'm sure they are not stupid.
Well, okay. I'm not to be biased against them. Let's see what they can tell us. Maybe I will be surprised.
I'm very curious because this ability seems like a very interesting one, and I really want to see you using it, especially.
I'm already mastering it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Oh, actually,
Of course.
did it go well with Roman?
Absolutely.
I'm glad to hear that. I hope to see that in person soon.
You will be amazed.
Oh yeah,
But my skill level.
Yeah.
How?
Yes.
Maybe I'm curious as to how much detail a bird will be able to give us. But I think it's certainly a good. It's certainly a good.
I have no idea.
I think it's a very safe one, so I like it.
I don't even know if a bird can count.
Well,
but
I think they're very intelligent for the things that they are supposed to do in their animal kingdom, but
I think they can distinguish between the Walking Dead and living. I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think. So probably, I mean, they will probably know if I tell them, oh, in that funny building, did you see one of us in a
I wish I could hear this conversation.
One day maybe you will be worthy to be enlightened with his great power.
Do you know what kind of bird you can try this on?
I will bestow.
Because I think ravens are more intelligent ones than small birds.
We have Storyteller. There are ravens in Warsaw.
I see them all the time. I'm sure they do.
Potentially, there's some, but you would need to find one and approach it first. And they're not the most approachable. Bea sees them in the sky. But there is a possibility of finding one. There are quite a bit of pigeons.
Oh, they are smart too.
Pigeons are smart.
Yeah. They're pretty smart, You'd be amazed. Says me, Dolores.
Well, we will. I don't know if we will be able to find an actual raven, but we will find someone.
Yeah.
Something.
But my tip is a bigger bird. The bigger bird.
We could buy animal food. There's something they like, so we can attract them.
Like bread will do.
There are something more fancy that they like.
I'm not sure how fancy
Thanks
things
to
are like.
You're not gonna find like specific dedicated
I don't
animal
think there are
food
pet stores
in the ruined city in the 40s. No.
Okay,
Yeah, I
we'll
thought so.
try. Okay, we will try bread, or
But
if we
maybe
have
like
nice.
meat would maybe attract like a bigger like predatory birds, but that's like all I can think of.
Okay, you know that probably on just a big rats will come, but we will try.
But rats are very smart, you know. Why don't you want to use a rat? Because I mean, they can
Because,
climb things, and they're very smart. They're cute.
Okay, we will use what we find. Okay, we will
That's a
like
backup plan.
put bread and whatever we find we use.
Well,
Let's
that's
not
gonna
be
like a person and not an animal.
I will be very, very polite with them. You will see.
Okay. I trust you. I'm sure you're great with this new skill or talent.
Of course. Is animal can and what?
Manipulation.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm great. Don't worry.
Do you have any other ideas, Belle?
Potentially, if I can get close enough, I could maybe heighten my hearing and see if I could overhear things.
Yeah,
You
but
can. You could also have one. You have the photo. You can try to sense something.
Worry a bit if they would saw you. I think, you know, if Arek recognized you.
Well, I can now be hidden.
Yes.
Benefit. So
that's good, because I really don't want him to see you and recognize you, and you know.
Well, to be fair, I think if any of them spot me, it's going to be a problem. But nothing ventured, nothing gained. So, and this is important. Our people are missing.
It is, but you know,
yes.
I don't want to risk our lives for these people.
What do you mean?
I mean that I want to try and do this task, but I don't want to die doing it.
Of course not. It's never the goal, but
your safety is first for me.
Well, I appreciate that. Absolutely. Well, if we die, any boons we can have are useless, so let's try not to die.
If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna haunt everyone in this city.
Yes, I can.
I feel like if I die, Mother might go on a warpath. That could be entertaining for other people, but I won't be around to see it.
Very entertaining.
Yes. Well, I was saying maybe you can use the pigs to have some sort of
potentially
vision.
Well, I'm definitely going to be looking out to see whether it's going to be a problem for us. And
pictures and tea.
Pictures and tea. I do miss our old tea set.
Don't tell me that. Well, the very first thing I'll ask that Cornelia, what her name, is a tea set. A fancy one. With gold. No, gold, no. Gold is banned in this house. Silver. Or diamonds. No gold.
A diamond-plated tea set sounds somewhat impractical, but
I'm sure you would impress, like the Toreadors.
Well, we don't really drink tea, so we can ignore practicality and just show off.
And you drink blood from a tea set? Just a thought.
Drinking blood from diamonds.
As you say that, you remember your tea set being bloodied, as the Sabbat did just that with your tea set. at your haven,
All right.
drinking the blood of your neighbors.
My tea set.
What's wrong with me? If I remember this, I'm just like cursing myself for like bringing it up. And I will try to change the topic quickly. Oh, Bea, your hair looks very good today.
Thank you.
I look at Janina like...
And Janina will drop her gaze on the ground.
And after a bit more of meandering conversation that takes a bit of a strange turn and causes some memories to resurface, especially as you talked about your haven being destroyed very recently, you start getting tired, as you know. The sunrise is approaching.
Will Bea finally sleep with us?
Will you, Bea?
Yeah, will you?
Well, I think unless there's indication that they wish for me to stay, Bea will stand up and say, well, ladies, I'll go catch up with Felicia, see whether she managed to let the prince inform others of our...
So you don't want to stay with us for the night, for the day, I mean?
I mean, if you wish for me to be here, you're welcome to.
Of course we are.
I'll just go check on her first. I'll be back shortly.
Sure.
Okay.
We'll wait for you. I miss having you around.
I'm only a couple of doors away.
I know.
I sort of lean over and press a kiss to Janina's forehead and then brush a hand over Mara's shoulder and then head out.
And Felicia is indeed in her room. She smiles as you enter.
I wait for I peek to see if Bea enters the room
on the door.
when he's out, and when he's out of.
We'll get to that in a second, okay? Let's just do Bea first. So Felicia smiles at you as you enter.
Good evening. Well, we've been given some more details on our tasks. Did you manage to catch anyone?
Yes, I conveyed some of the information that we gathered, not that much of it. Well, all of it very vague, but I talked about the threat that you identified, of course, and the little things I saw as well, and about our encounter with the primogen. The prince should be informed.
Excellent. I think Janina and Mara have been missing my company. They were requesting I stay with them for the evening, but I thought I'd check on you first.
Well, of course, stay with them, take care of them for that night. I will miss you, of course.
Of course.
I think
I'll come check on you in the morning, evening.
Yes, it's always confusing.
Yes.
Yes, please stop by once you get out.
Remind me, I'll show you some of the photos we got given.
Of course, I will.
Excellent. So I'll pick up a couple of my things and head back through.
You head back. Okay, meanwhile, what do you do, Mara, as
before
goes away?
Before Bea come back, I go to Janina. Janina, more subtler.
It's hard, you know. I'm trying my best
to
team calm.
I have an idea.
I want to punch Felicia in the face.
Yes, but no, not now.
I know.
I have an idea.
Yeah, tell me this idea right now because I need something to concentrate.
Yes, we need to find the Malkavian primogen before there.
Why? You know, why?
They could help us.
All right. What if they are the same as Felicia or others here?
We can try and see. They are fucking going in hiding. So it means they are
Well-
smarter than them.
We need to find out where Bea saw them last time.
We
So
figure
remember
out.
to ask her subtly.
Yeah, softly. Say very softly.
You will ask her subtly. You know I can do very much subtly.
Okay.
I'm a very-
Softly. Okay. Subtle
very
mode.
honest
Subtle mode.
And as you do that, you hear footsteps in the corridor.
We like.
Yeah, let's pretend we're relaxed.
Yes.
How awkwardly stilted does this look when I come in?
Roll me, both of you, manipulation and subterfuge. With difficulty 6, and you will perception and empathy, also difficulty 6.
Well, given
I
I've been
have
rolling every
4
time I try to read.
successes.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That never happened. Like that all of my rolls were successes.
Only 2.
Nope. No successes.
Mara is looking very strange, very shifty, very... Janina looks perfectly calm. But there's clearly something up with Mara.
Mara, you all right?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Just many things to do. How busy I am. I
Yeah, she's
also
clearly hiding something.
I'm sure she's just nervous from the faux pas that she made with Ventru.
yes, definitely that. I also have I'm the best couple maker of this whole Elysium.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know the child of the primogen,
The pretty girl.
Yes, mister, I need two chairs to sit. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I think our Toreador friend
All right, Diana.
likes her, so I'm organizing a secret date. I mean, it's not a secret because she's inviting her, so it's not really a secret.
Wow.
I just giving them the excuse.
I'm a bit lost, but right. Okay.
Yeah, you see that something is obviously shifty about Mara, and she's obviously changing the subject.
Oh my goodness.
Avoiding something.
Okay.
You are all getting pretty tired.
I would like to take a couple of coins out of my purse and just sit on the floor because there's not enough bed space for me. Curl up and then just take one of the coins and just spin it on the floor and try to figure out what's going on with Mara.
Okay.
You sneaky little Malkavian.
Roll perception and awareness, difficulty 8.
You see a flag with the anarch symbol in flames.
4 successes. So you see it spinning and spinning angrily, almost, very intensely, much more intensely than you thought it would. And you see anger there, and the patterns it makes indicate some planning, and circling around that the coin does indicates distrust. So you see some distrust, anger from Mara. What else is Mara feeling? Or was feeling in relation to Bea?
Is not. She. It's a bit complicated because she knows she can't trust Bea, but she also at the same time knows that is not Bea's fault. She she doesn't know how to proceed to solve the situation. Probably hesitation as uncertain.
Okay. So in that movement, you also see hesitation and confusion and lack of certainty.
And this was relating to me?
Part of it, to what's going on. Part of it is relating to you. You see as the coin spins closer towards you, but not just.
I write this down.
All right.
Close my book.
And you are all getting very sleepy now.
I will probably hug Mara when I sleep. And if I can hold Bea, at least like shoulder if she's sitting. And I will also hold her as well.
I'll be sitting with my head sort of leaning back on the bed.
Yeah. I think I
All
would
right.
like hug Mara and at the same time like
Mara, for a fleeting moment, Mara think about letting Bea use her bed, but no.
She
There
doesn't
are 3
deserve
beds
this.
in there.
No,
Oh,
but
there are.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough then. Sorry, I was under the impression there was only 2.
Okay.
Never mind. I'll be on a bed then.
All right, then retract everything. I'm just hugging Mara.
Okay. There is a 3rd bed, and you lie in there. And you start getting sleepy. And Janina, what are you thinking about as you are falling asleep after this eventful night?
Well, I think I mainly think about Bea. And I don't know how to proceed because I know it's not her fault and I love her. She's my sister. And I really want to save her after what the Bruja primogen told me, that I should keep trying. So I want to restore her humanity, or at least keep it as it is now, so it didn't went worse. And I really want her away from Felicia. And I'm very angry at Felicia and the Camarilla, but not like at anyone specifically, but at Felicia, yes, but at Camarilla, like as a whole, because I just really don't like, because there are a lot of good people like Bruno and the primogen, but like as a whole, I just, it just doesn't, I don't like it. And, you know, the Ventru, I don't really care about them. I do this because Bea says it's good and I want a safe haven for us, but, you know, I couldn't care less about them, about Camarilla, so.
That's fair.
And I care about Mara, and I think about what Dominic said, and if I should maybe tell her the truth, how I feel about her. But I think mainly about like Bea and Felicia, that's on my head.
Right.
That's what I think about the
and
most.
Mara, what are you thinking about just before you float away into sleep?
Okay. Other than my diamond tea set in the future, I'm thinking about, we have a lot of things to do. I'm very angry with the whole Felicia situation, because I think Mara is quite persuaded that Felicia is basically using Bea thanks to their bond, Sire and child, and the fact that she is the only one she remembers. Mara doesn't know that it's because of the blood, so
yeah, we need to find that out.
She doesn't know how to do about it, because just making somehow Felicia disappear will not solve the problem. So her idea now is to find this mysterious, super powerful Malkavian elder, and ask for ideas. And she's thinking about all the other things they have to do, because they have quite some things to solve.
So you fall asleep going through all those thoughts and all the things that seem to have piled up now. And you, Bea, what are you thinking about? sleeping with your sisters in the room for the first time since you moved into Hotel Bristol.
This is quite odd. I'm just laying my notebook down in front of me, so that it's the first thing I'll see when I wake up. And just I'm confused by what's going on with Mara, and a little hurt that there seems to be distrust between us. I'm also starting to get more and more anxious about dealing with the Sabbat, because I'm not convinced that either Mara or Janina are taking that seriously.
Yeah, I'm not.
And I want for us to do well, and I want for us to be able to gain standing and respect, or at the very least have something, like have a haven again.
Yeah, that's all I want, the haven.
Maybe that will help them feel more secure.
The tea set. The tea set.
Yeah, that's the most important thought.
Clearly, yes, clearly.
Yes, clearly.
No, I'm mostly focused on that and wondering why they want me closer when they don't when there's distrust going on. I'm not quite following what's happening, so I'm just very confused.
And with that confusion, you fall asleep as the sun begins to rise over your ruins. And I think this is a good moment for the break. So we'll be back in about 15 minutes. Please stay with us. And yes, see you soon. See you after the break.
Yeah.
Welcome back after the break. Thank you for staying with us. We hope you will enjoy the rest of this episode as it unfolds. I'm certainly curious what they will get up to and what will happen. So let's jump right back in as the sun sets over what's left of the city of Warsaw. Mostly its ruins and some of the buildings being rebuilt. In Hotel Bristol, a building that survived the war, relatively undamaged, and is now in use, and also houses the Kindred of Warsaw Camarilla. Janina and Mara, you wake up at the same time.
I think I'm definitely curious and confused to see Mara up at the same time as I am. You're awake already?
Yes, is you wake. You wake
I
up.
just woke up
later.
So usually it's, and I go hug her.
Janina hugs you, and looks very cheerful.
I think that's a good sign.
You think? What does it mean?
Well, in the book, they said that, the more late you wake up, the less far from your humanity you are. And since you are getting up earlier, I think that means that you're closer to your humanity now, and that's something to celebrate. And I kiss her on the cheek and stroke her head. I'm so happy.
I suppose so. And then Mara's eyes fall on Bea.
Bea is sleeping, looking quite pale.
And if I see Mara looks at Bea, I will also look at Bea, and I will go up from the bed, and I'm kneel in front of the bed in Bea, above Bea, and I'm gonna first stroke her hair, and then look at her locket, and I will try to open it.
Okay, you are getting quite close to Bea and moving stuff on her. Let's give it a go. Bea, roll your humanity with difficulty 8.
That's like one roll, that doesn't count.
Well, you are actually reaching for her locket. I
got a single success.
So you stare momentarily. You feel someone tugging at, like, around your neck. You are feeling very tired as you do. You know you will fall asleep. And Janina, as you reach for the locket, Bea moves, lifts her head, opens her eyes. You see Janina, you know you will fall asleep in a moment again.
I will lose the locket and I will stroke her face and just smile at her before she falls down again.
I think at first my hand came up to sort of push whoever it was away, and then I say it's Janina and just sort of do a very tired wave and then go back to sleep.
Like a
And
drunken
by
old
the side.
Bea collapses back to sleep.
I will slowly try to again reach the locket, but very like gently.
Roll your dex and stealth. Difficulty
Mara
6.
Mara is curious as it is like a picking
Okay, what is the difficulty?
6.
because she never
I have-
noticed the locket.
4 successes. Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
you managed to get her locket out.
And I will open it.
What have you
So
done?
you open it,
Yes.
and inside you see 2 paper slips with was that K and B, I think, letters written on them.
All right. I glance at Mara and show it to her, but since it's just like letters, I will just like nod my head and shook my head and close the locket and put it down again. Very like gently to not disturb her.
Yeah, you do that, no problem.
And is her diary around?
It is around, yes.
I will grab it.
Mara, you
And-
see this happening.
And I'm
You're
just
sure
like,
it's a good idea?
I'm trying to find the most earliest entry.
Early century.
Yes.
Faye, when do you think Bea would start keeping her journal?
This particular one,
We need to find the other one.
I think we mentioned there was some stuff about Arek and your previous
yes,
coterie
I think
in
it was just before my previous coterie collapsed. It was when I was starting to keep track of RX, the bad feelings I was getting about him.
Okay.
There's mentions of, I may be right at the start that this is my new journal, and there's just this is my new journal is written over and over and over again, repeatedly.
Okay.
And there's maybe a couple of slips of paper at the start that seem to be loose note takings. Again, it's really rough. It doesn't have a lot of detail in it. But they seem to be kept at the front as though they were maybe earlier notes she was taking, but they weren't as organized.
Okay. So you find that, and later you find mentions of Arek, and also of few other individuals. Martin, who seems to be telling a lot of things that needs to be done. Kuba. And there's mention of Kuba and Martin getting into argument. And there is Kasia. And there are some noted good ideas she came up with.
All right. Then I will try to quickly glance if there's like Felicia written in the diary, because I want to see if she's writing something about Felicia.
I mean, quite a lot. There's probably like every few pages there's mentions.
Geography.
It's not necessarily like that. It's more just Mother and I did this. Something Mother said. There's constant mentions of Mother or Felicia.
I'm trying to look for something that's not just like something more that would ensure me that Felicia is influencing Bea very much, or like, something. If there would be a mention that she's drinking her blood, I would definitely pick up this.
I'm not sure that I write that down in the book.
If not, then I just like...
You might come across one particular page while I'm now trying to find said page.
That you have the fake Bea diary written.
Yeah. There's one particular page which is around the time when we met Martha.
Yes, I think I would definitely look for the time period disappearing.
I think there is a page covered with Martha run away there.
I don't know. That.
Yes.
And it's just written
I will
over.
Probably, like, if I glance through it, I will bring it up and show it to Mara, like... But I'm not, like, saying anything in case, like, Bea could hear me, so I'm just, like, silently gesturing at Mara.
Question. Only you write on the journal?
It seems to be the same handwriting constantly. There's maybe occasionally... you maybe occasionally see like a note from Felicia that's maybe been added in addendum, but it's not. It's usually like it's very rare.
I think I would also look for anything that if Bea had anything written about me and Mara, considering like if she can like trust us, or if anything like Felicia said her about us.
The most recent entry.
Yeah, I would also definitely look at the last one that she wrote.
The last entry, there's a note saying, check on mother in morning, photos to show. Mara acting strangely. Mara is angry, planning, distrustful, hesitation, confusion. Somewhat related to me, question mark.
I would also set this to Mara and maybe like bring it very close to her so she could like read it and give her like stares and whisper like subtle.
Okay.
But if I don't find anything like that would really like...
There's so many notes taken. I think it
would be like, if I didn't find anything, I would just close it and put it back where I found it, because there wasn't anything really. It was just...
Do you think there could be anything along the lines of what Janina is even looking for?
So she's looking for evidence
something that could be disturbing relating to Felicia. And as you're thinking, Janina, roll me your wits and your intelligence and investigation. With difficulty 7.
All right. Does my specialty jump on others? Or no?
No, that's just sifting through the information.
What is
there's quite a lot of... 7.
Right. 2 successes.
2 successes. So, do you think there would be anything along those lines?
So, sorry, it was evidence that mother was manipulating me?
Or I guess something that could disturb Janina that relates to Felicia. If there isn't, that's fine.
Why don't you write, mother gave me blood tonight?
So I don't need to remember that.
I don't like it.
Sorry, I'm just flicking through trying to find anything.
If not, it's okay.
Yeah.
I think for now, let's say you're reasonably certain that you can't find anything. There's nothing like this. Except for Martha ran away bit. I'm
quite disappointed, so I just like close and try to put the diary at the same way that I remember it was. But, I'm pretty sure that Bea doesn't remember how exactly she put it. But I'm trying my best anyway.
What are you doing, Mara, as this is going on? You see Janina point to different bits, look through the journal. Are you just sitting there watching her? Is there something you're thinking about?
I occasionally look if she points out something. I look what she's pointing out. In general, she's not looking much at the diary because she does not like the idea of spying on her diary so much, even though she understands that can be useful, and she's thinking about what to do, basically, about the whole situation.
So you're considering it, and okay, yeah, you want to say something, so Janina finishes with the diary. That was all I was gonna say.
Just any idea what to do?
After I finish with the diary, I will look at Bea and try to look at her and see how big the damage is. How much dead does she look?
She looks like a dead body, but Mara looks like a dead, horribly disfigured body when she was sleeping.
And I will probably stroke her hair and kiss her on the forehead before I will, if I have the time, I will retreat back to Mara on the bed.
Yeah, easily. I don't think you can quite tell from how she looks when she's sleeping. She just looks dead.
But she seems like that she doesn't have any nightmare. She's still.
Oh, like that? Yeah, she's still.
Then I will just get back and sit with Mara and anxiously await her wake up.
So you're awaiting her wake up. Meanwhile, Mara, you arranged to meet with Diana and possibly Anna Maria.
Yes,
at the attic.
I waited for, and I get the sense that Janina wakes up earlier than probably.
Well, you didn't specify
so
an
I'll
hour.
Probably wait.
Yeah. So you're waiting.
Wait for the hour I usually wake up. So.
Oh, that hour passed already.
Okay. Okay. I have to second Elysium briefly.
Okay, just don't be long.
No. I don't know. We have to figure out something.
You have this
I don't know
amazing animal
yet.
plan. It works. I can't wait to see it. So don't make
but animals can't make Felicia disappear.
Yeah.
But I fear. No, don't worry, smile. I'll find. Don't worry.
It's okay. I'm gonna be here and wait for Bea and for you to return. You can go. But Bea is clearly distrustful of you after, or maybe more confused from what she wrote in her diary. So
yeah, there was definitely a question mark at the end of that blast.
So maybe try to, sway her confusion and be more subtle with your anxiousness.
Absolutely. I'm a master of stuff. I go away with that.
Yeah, we all are.
Yes.
That's okay. I don't want to worry her more than it needs to be.
Okay, I hope to find both of you alive and not the room
Well,
in flames
I don't
for
think we
when
are
I come back.
alive, but at least we will be reanimated.
Very, very worriedly, Mara, and quite sure that the situation will only get worse leaving the two of them alone. I walk to my other appointment nonetheless. But knowing in my heart that only disaster await in my return.
Probably yes.
So you walk
And
up
Mara,
the stairs to
I
the
can
attic, worried about all sorts of things. And you reach the attic, you open the door, and you see Diana alone sitting there on one of the chests that are there. And as you enter, the door opens, she glances to you and smiles. Mara, it's good to see you.
happy to see you too. And your friend?
Oh, she said she would come to the radio to see me play, but she was preoccupied with painting. Her sire wanted her to finish, and she said, if we're just gonna talk, she'd rather focus on that. But she said she will try to come when we go to the radio to perform. She wants to hear me play.
She looks worried. She...
Roll perception and empathy.
Difficulty?
6.
Ooh. Insightful applies.
Yes.
6 successes.
6 successes. She doesn't look worried. She looks more sad when she talks about this, a bit disappointed, a little bit embarrassed. You can, clearly see like she hoped for a different outcome. And she's a bit bewildered as to like what is she doing here in this attic right now, but also warm towards you and happy to talk to you. But there isn't worry there, really.
So, well, she said she will come with us, so it's a good thing.
Yes, I suppose it would be.
If she has to work, there's nothing we can do about it, but she's working for herself, or is her sire to ask?
Well,
for
her
this
sire
pain?
wants to see her paintings always. But I know she derives a lot from them as well. She's very serious about them. That's what she mostly does when she's on her own. She's a great artist, truly exceptional.
I never saw her painting, but well, we can later. We can always pay her a little visit and say hello, and say how she's doing with her painting.
You see, she gets nervous at that thought a bit. But she says, oh, well, we could certainly, I wouldn't want to intrude on her, but we could certainly stop by.
Don't worry, let me do the intruding, and you can always be the conscious person that stop me from intruding too much. Now, I'm curious to see her painting, to be honest. I don't know if I have much time tonight, but we can.
Maybe plans.
we have a lot of things to do. Working for the good of the Camarilla, obviously.
Yes, this seems to be what most people are busy with currently.
You know, we are the last, well, not the last actually, but one of the most recent arrivals, so we have to work for anyone, basically. But what day could be a good day to go to the radio for you? I don't know your plans.
I don't have many plans. I mostly stay here with Domenico and my sire when he has time to teach me. I could go any time that is convenient for you. I thought there was some scheduling to arrange. I can be flexible in my plans.
Mara thinks briefly about the fact that why are we the only one working? Then she I have days in which I know I can go to the radio. I can go whenever I want.
Well, you would probably need to contact Isa, your contact there. You have her number for the radio. You know she's there in the evenings. So you could use a phone at the hotel to call her to arrange that you will perform and for Diana to perform on, well, whatever day, then you would discuss it.
Okay, I only need to make a call and arrange. We can ask if our genius painter needs time to finish. Maybe she will. We can wait a few days for her to be more.
Oh no! If she finishes a painting, she will just start the next one.
Okay. He's that kind of person. I understand.
She works a lot, but she will take a break, she said. At least she will try.
Okay, we have to drag her away from
maybe not literally.
No, I never do that. Maybe. Okay, she does not live with her esteemed Sire, right?
Sometimes she does. Sometimes. Well, she has her room where she paints, her studio.
Okay. He's
she
not
stays with him a lot.
Yes, I saw that.
Yes, me too. And she looks sad at this when she says that.
Well,
and a bit nervous as well.
Well, if his courting of the prince go well, probably your friend will have more free time.
I'm not sure it quite works like that.
Okay. Well, we never. Why? No, okay. I will not say anything. I'm thinking a lot of things, but I will not say any of that.
You're not going on a rant just now.
Okay, so we have to, usual stuff, save the city, being awesome, and all the things you usually do. But once we saved the world from the darkness, and I'm telling the truth, I'll make my call. You say your friend, we just arrange a day and then go to her and drag her along with the painting and whatever is doing, because she will not stop.
Well, when you have a date for the performance, I will talk to Anna Maria, and hopefully she will be able to arrange time to accompany us. She looks very hopeful, very eager when she says that.
Mara looks around to see if a wild toreador primogen appears, but if he's not, okay.
Strangely enough, he doesn't.
Okay. Hey, you know, I'll just punch him in the face if he's in the way, okay? She will come with us.
Do you say
stealing my
that?
lines.
Do you say that, actually, to
Yes.
her? So she makes kind of wider eyes and looks kind of terrified, and then smiles, but faintly, and just says, "You should not say things like that."
I didn't say anything. I could mean anyone.
I know what you meant.
Yes. But we don't say. We know, you know, I know, don't say. We will not say.
Mara. And she puts her finger to your lips.
He's not behind my back, right?
No, he's not. I really appreciate your help. But you should be careful with what you say and how you appear in front of people.
She glances back. She glances behind the
There's no one
shoulder just in
here.
case.
Just in general.
Okay. I'm thinking very hard a lot of things. But I will
She
not
looks
say.
to you and gives you a smile. Let me know when we can go to the radio. I have a
Yeah.
few pieces I'd like to perform.
Yeah. Okay. Time to save the world from the darkness.
Whatever you say.
I'm telling you the truth. The darkness is approaching. The darkness is approaching, but I will save you. And I go away with it.
She looks not very convinced at it all. Amused mostly, but friendly.
People don't recognize the wisdom.
And you head downstairs.
Yes,
Are
we
you
have.
heading-
Okay, I'll make probably a brief call to the radio just to set up a
Okay,
date.
so you go downstairs and Marius lets you make a call. And in a few days you set up a date to
Yes.
go and perform.
And then I go back. I'm like on a schedule, and I'll go back. Okay, this done.
Okay,
Next
so when you come
appointment.
back, Diana is actually playing really nicely. But she stops when you enter and you give her the information and she nods and she says, "I will tell Anna Maria. Thank you."
Great.
And do you then head back to the room?
Yes, we have a schedule.
Right. Meanwhile, Janina, you are in the room. Are you doing anything else waiting for
I think
Bea
when
to wake up?
Mara leaves, I will probably maybe sit a bit and then get back to Bea, and I'm just like standing above her, like kneeling above her because I don't want to like stand.
Okay, so you are creepily watching Bea.
I'm maybe like trying to braid her hair a bit, just like
Okay.
a tiny little like strand of hair, just like a small.
Okay. And after a bit, Bea, you wake up. You feel someone tugging and pulling slightly at your hair. And you see Janina by you.
Good evening.
Good evening. Hello.
I'm sorry, I'm used to doing that to Mara, but she's not here right now.
It's creepier
Right.
and creepier.
Bear looks a little confused.
I'll just smile at her, and then if she looks uncomfortable, I will let her hair, and I will give her more space, and I will like get back a bit.
Blink a couple of times.
Are you
sit up.
alright?
Yes. Just
Can I ask you something?
go ahead.
I will glance at the time, and I just noticed that you wake up later than when we were used to have you around. Is there any explanation, or I'm just trying to give her space because I don't want to like imply on her right away.
Do I have any knowledge
I
about?
would say no, because I don't think this is the kind of thing anyone around Bea would pay attention to or tell her
Okay. Fair enough.
unless you want to roll for intelligence and occult. But
I mean,
don't
I'll
know
roll
if it's
it.
something that like Bea would be particularly interested in. But
don't
roll
know.
with difficulty 8,
Yeah.
intelligence
Yeah.
and occult.
Probably not going to come to much.
Now you will have all the successes.
Nope.
No? Oh, so you
Nope.
have no clue. No, you don't know what she's talking about. Yeah.
I presume I'm just busy,
Yeah,
tired
well,
all the time.
that's probably that. Sure.
Janina, roll me manipulation and subterfuge. And Bea, roll perception and empathy.
What is the difficulty?
6. Oh, sorry, for both of you it's 6.
4 successes. Oh my god, today I'm gonna
Wow,
roll
you're on
good.
fire with subterfuge.
I'm stealing Bea's thunder today.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she seems fine. She seems to just be inquiring. Nothing curious there.
I
I
just
had all my good rolls earlier.
I had this essay on humanity from my primogen that he borrowed me, and there was a passage there about, I don't want to make you mad. Promise me you're not gonna get mad.
For you reading essays? No.
All right, because they were saying that the later you wake up, the less connected to your humanity, moral code you are. And just, I don't want to buy anything. I don't want you to get mad. This is just something I noticed, especially now when you are sleeping with us. And it's not the reason that I wanted you to sleep with us. It was a coincidence. I just wanted you to be with us because I missed you. And just, I don't know. Do you feel any different? Do you feel the same? Did anything happen? I know, like, you probably don't remember, but do you feel that anything happened that could, like, make this happen? Or maybe you're just stressed. Like, I don't know. I just want to be honest with you.
I don't know. Do you put a lot of trust into this essay?
Well, I think I do, because he's experienced, and I don't know, it resonated with me a lot. But I'm not saying it's really true. Maybe it's not. It just,
I shrug slightly and then start getting up and getting ready. And as I'm going, I continue talking. Well, I mean, it's not like I've ever really been particularly connected to humans. There's nothing for me in that life.
Well, I know that. I just, maybe, do you feel any different, or do you feel the same as you? Even like without your memories, do you still feel yourself? Do you feel connected to yourself?
I feel fine.
Good. Maybe that's nothing. I don't want to worry you. I just wanted to ask because I care about you, and I just, I hope you're not mad.
I smile vaguely.
Can I inside check if she's like smiling honestly, or if she's like angry inside?
Swap the roles around.
Yes, and roll your manipulation and subterfuge. And Janina will perception and empathy. Difficulty is 6.
Okay. Perception and 3 successes. Oh no.
Yeah, it seems. Yeah.
All right.
Perfectly genuine and fine.
All right then. I will try then to change the subject.
Oh.
Did you have any nightmares? No?
Not that I can recall.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Thanks.
Do you also have any plans for the Ventru tasks that we got? Or are you thinking that the thing that Mara came up with, it's good enough?
I pick up my notebook and open it up to the last page and quickly scribble in a note to myself and then glance back up at the last few things that have happened.
So you see the note about Mara from last night. And stuff about Ventru Primogen and talk with Camarilla.
Is everything all right?
Yes, no, sorry, I'm just processing. So Mara was wanting to use, she knows animalism now?
Yes, Roman taught her after I insisted.
I'm going to be honest, I can't really imagine Mara interacting with rats and pigeons very much.
Me neither, but I think it can be good for her.
Yes.
No, any talent is good. And I think the less talents are to deal with us and Kindred, the better.
I shut the book with a slightly hard snap and say, I need to go check on Mother. I've got a note that I need to go show her a couple of things. But I'll come back and I'll have a think on what we were discussing about planning.
Can I see if she's like...
No, you already didn't see. You already didn't see.
Right.
You didn't see through her. So I think that
just
stays.
I wait here. Just please don't take long.
Not at all. I'll be back shortly.
Sure.
And you head out. You get to Felicia's room, open the door, and she just got up. She's brushing her hair. She smiles as you enter. May I take a chair?
Mother, I shut the door a little harder than normal.
She looks worried immediately. Stands up, leaves the hairbrushes frozen on the bed.
It was the drama.
Is everything okay?
Anarchy in Warsaw.
You seem worried. You should have stayed with me. And she just wraps you in her arms.
I stand there for a minute and hug her back. I'll be all right.
Do you need any help? Did you sleep not well? Is something troubling you?
I slept all right, but the girls are acting strangely. And
how so?
Janina was asking me odd questions this morning about how I wake up slightly later than before, and apparently one of the essays she's been reading on humanity, it implies that I'm somehow further from humanity or whatever.
Seems like some kind of nonsense the Bruja talk about.
And I have a note from last night. I believe I was looking at an omen at the time. Mara seems distrustful of me.
She looks at it. Like if you show her, she looks.
Yes, I will.
That is very strange.
I don't understand why.
I hoped they would settle in okay. I wonder what is going on with them. It's certainly concerning. Well, if it continues, I'm gonna have to have a chat with them. Yes. See what's up with Mara. That girl is always troubled one way or another. Can't really blame her. Her sire's, horrible story. But she shouldn't be blaming you for any of this.
I don't see what it has to do with me, quite frankly.
Cared for both of them so well.
Oh well. I start picking up my makeup that I presumably left here and start putting it on. I have some photos to show you, Mother. Whilst I'm here. And I slide the photos that were given by Cornelia. Those were taken at the ruined church that we're going to be investigating. The woman in that last one is familiar to me. I've got a note that I recognize her from the Haven.
Oh, she's one of those. Well,
yes.
Well, I certainly hoped not to see this young man except when he's already ashes.
Indeed. Well, we're working towards that.
I'm sure. Oh, I'd be happy to help if you needed help with dealing with him at some point.
I would appreciate that. Mara has some plan for using animals to scout out the building, but I'm not sure how much information the animals can get us.
Well, they can certainly get you something about what to expect. But I suppose, well, you shouldn't just rely on animals if you're going to report back to the primogen.
No.
From what I know about this power, I know you can learn things from it. Just, well, I always think it's better to see with your own eyes.
Of course.
But be careful, my dear.
Yes.
It is the most important that you survive. And she looks to you very intensely and hugs you, pulling you closer.
I'm just frustrated that all this distrust is happening now when we have such an important task ahead of us.
I certainly understand. Do you want me to talk to them before that? Or I don't want to make things worse.
No, I think just leave it for now. But well, if anything else comes up, I'll try to remember to mention it.
Yes, obviously. I hope we can clear this up one way or another.
Yes.
Possibly be bothering them.
I don't understand, but oh well.
Yes. So are you planning to do your task tonight?
I think so. I think doing it sooner rather than later is beneficial. We'll start slow and cautious and work our way up, I think. Maybe get the lay of the land tonight, figure out where are good areas to hide, observe, before we actually approach with any real intent.
Sounds like a reasonable plan.
Mm-hmm. I'll bring that back to the girls.
I have one request.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks visibly shaken as she says that and troubled.
Mm-hmm.
As you're there, if you just wait a moment. And she heads towards the nightstand and rummages in it for a bit and takes out a photograph.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very small photograph.
Mm-hmm.
And she comes up to you. When you're there, if you could keep an eye open for Estera.
Right. And
she gives you the photograph.
Okay.
And you see a face of a woman, maybe in her 20s, looking rather serious, with intensely curly hair. Very strong dark curls all around her head. Clearly unruly, dark eyes. It's just her face in the picture. And you look at it. And you remember, you don't quite remember, but it's familiar. You know you've met her. And she was in this pleasant surrounding with Felicia. There is definitely a connection there.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out for her mother. And if she's giving me the picture, then I'll slot it in into the page there where I've got the request.
Yeah.
Where I've got a couple of the other photos as well. Okay. Yes, I'll keep an eye out for that. I then make another note for myself about the girls.
All right. She lets you finish your notes. And then just looks to you. She looks much sadder now and nervous, but just smiles. I will be very grateful, my dear.
Of course.
I think I will be careful there, but I'll try catch the primogen again.
Maybe see if you could bring someone with you.
I'll try to talk to somebody.
Yes, I shouldn't like you to go alone.
Someone might want to investigate this threat anyway. I'll try to find a companion to
Please do.
that place. Maybe if I'm relentless, Primogen will talk to me. I've been known to do a few things in this way in my time. Sometimes it's the only way you can solve problems.
Fair enough. Dogged determination.
Yes.
Excellent. I finish making my notes, and then I'll head back through.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Mara, Janina, do you do anything? Do you leave?
Sit on the bed and wait for Mara.
Not long after Bea left, Mara indeed returns to the room.
Okay. You didn't murder.
Oh no,
Bea,
she's with Felicia. She will be right back, or at least she said she would. But
what happened?
I asked her about the waking up later. Just I try to be subtle, as you said, but I don't think she has a clue, and I'm not really sure what she thinks. But she might be telling about this to Felicia, so we might well expect her to march here and trying to give us pep talk or something. So I think we should maybe think about that, what to tell her, because I really want to slap her in the face for Martha, but I think I shouldn't, so we have to think about something else.
Not for now. We have to wait for the right plan. You have been contacted by your friend?
Oh, I haven't checked yet, actually.
Check this.
All right. Sure.
We have
a
million things to do.
Yes. Wait here for Bea in case she comes back. I'm gonna run downstairs and ask.
So you ask Marius, but there isn't a message yet.
All right. So.
And as you return, Bea also comes back and you meet along the corridor.
Hello.
Hi.
I had some thoughts on the plan. We'll go inside and have a discussion.
Sure. And I will follow. I will let her first and follow after her.
Mara, you've come back.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So about our trip this evening, I was thinking that maybe tonight we should just take a look at the area and look for good hiding spots and good places that there are to stay hidden and out of sight. Would maybe not approach the building just yet. Maybe get a good lay of the land before we get started with any real intent. And once we have a better idea, we can come back and do some more intense planning.
Seem reasonable.
And maybe it'll give you a couple of nights to work on your animal plans.
Do you have news, Janina, from your friend?
Oh, no. I just checked and there isn't any message.
Okay, so
Maybe let's just go check the Sabat nest, and then if there's not gonna be a note or anything, then we can proceed, because we still have to do this. This is a priority now, so
Yes. Okay. Go. We'll do that. Okay. And I can ask.
I have to feed before we go anywhere, because I'm desperately hungry.
Yes, you are feeling hungry. Even as you look at your sisters, you feel this hunger rising.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't want any mistakes, so it would be better.
Well, we have,
maybe. What about the Ventru woman?
Yes.
The C name? I don't know.
Cornelia?
Cornelia.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the name. The woman.
Yes, she promised.
She promised
free
to
dinner.
feed us, so today I'm definitely accept it.
Okay. The area we have to check for the Sabbat is near.
It's not super far from here. You have to go towards the Poniatowski Bridge as you normally cross, and then you have to go down and go a bit further along the Vistula River. It will take you maybe half an hour or something like that to get there.
Okay, no problem.
So can we find Cornelia one in the Elysium?
So you're heading to the lounge?
Yeah.
All right, so you get there, and there is indeed Cornelia sitting there at the table where she sat, and there's like one man with her. He looks to be maybe 30-something, blonde hair. He's wearing a suit.
All right. I will approach her, and good evening.
She stands up. Good evening. I understand you are ready to head out?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes, we are, but I would really like to take your offer about the feeding, because
Of course.
Spare
Do all
time.
of you require nourishment?
I think that would be best, yes.
Yes, why not? Yes. Very generous. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. And I think
Please follow
Janina's
me.
like trying to really be very humble, and
Yeah.
but she's like very hungry, so she's trying her best.
So she says, please follow me. And stands up and just gestures to the man who follows her. And leads you through the door where you, like Zygmunt, go at some point, and you, I think some of you've been taken there as well to feed by the sheriff, I think Mara. So you go through that door into the smaller corridor with some office rooms. And Cornelia gestures to the man. Please take them, and she gestures to you, Mara and Janina, to feed. Make sure they're well provided for. And he just nods, of course. Turns to you, please follow me, with a slight bow. I start marches down the corridor. Do you follow?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And she turns to you, Bea, please follow me.
Of course.
She's going to get a better good.
So, Janina, Mara, you follow the man. He takes you into one of the rooms, and he's there. He calls on one other man along the way, also wearing a suit, a bit older looking. And they both go into a room with you, where they both offer their hands so that you can drink.
I will take the hand, but I'm very hesitant, because
How do you feel? Yeah.
Yeah, I really hate this. I mean, it's better than stealing it from people who doesn't know anything, but I still feel like it's not really right. But I think it's better and safer for everyone. If I do this in the controlled like environment, like here, than if I try to hunt outside. So I bite it, and I will. At first, when I'm trying to bite, I do it very like hesitantly. But as soon as I start to drink, of course, I forget everything.
And we'll see how much.
Yeah.
Please.
My God.
Remember, you can spend willpower in case you want. But
No,
please roll
I
me.
won't.
How much self-control do you normally have?
I have 4.
So you want 3 blood points, so you can only roll 3 dice for self-control. To resist frenzy. And difficulty, because you're a bruja, is 8. Do you wish to spend willpower?
No, I won't. Let's have fun.
Okay.
Brave. I
have 0 successes.
Okay.
I have 8, but I also have 1, so.
Okay. Meanwhile, Mara, are you drinking as well?
Let's give Bea more stuff to worry about.
The problem is now. Okay, let's
Well,
do
it
like.
would have been happening at the same time, so you wouldn't have known.
So yes, because
Yeah.
I
How much blood do you have?
6.
Yeah, you're fine.
Plenty of blood today.
Yeah. How much do you take?
How much can I take safely?
2
I don't want.
is
Okay.
the standard you take safely.
It's since the first session I don't have this much blood.
Well, now you do. The man manages to stay. He's obviously overwhelmed by emotion as you drink. And you leave, you stop, and then you glance to the side, and you see Janina drinking and drinking, and she doesn't seem to stop.
Okay, there's something I can throw at her.
Yeah, like, throw the human at me.
No.
The other man you just drank from, he's obviously a bit dazed, but he is looking kind of worried and glancing towards you clearly. I mean, there is stuff you can throw. There's like books on the shelves, but you'd have to like go to the shelf, grab it.
Okay, I just take Janina by the shoulders and shake her. Enough.
Yeah. Okay,
with
Janina,
my
because you
great
didn't
strength.
watch, you can roll again. You now have 4 dice because you drank. And the difficulty is still 8.
Okay. 0 success. I have 9 and 1.
So, Janina is not coming out of it. The man is like looking towards you. I'm sorry, we should probably interrupt her, right?
Yes.
He's clearly looking for permission from you.
Yes.
I'm gonna kill him.
We have to separate them.
And he is starts pulling, and looks to you to help.
I help him with my...
Roll your strength and athletics and add your potence to it.
I just fucking hate feeding. I want blood bags.
4 dice.
I mean, you have a contact at the hospital. You know, you can try to arrange something.
If I kill this man, I will try to...
2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, and Janina, you roll your strength and potence.
Okay.
And athletics.
Okay.
For me, it's a lot of success.
Do that badly. Okay.
And what is the difficulty?
6.
2 successes. 3.
3 successes. Okay, he also had 2. So you managed to pull Janina away. The other man collapses to the floor. And Janina is fighting against you. You're holding her at the moment, but she is trying to break free. Roll your strength and athletics again, and I will roll. And you, Janina, roll as well. Add your potence, both of you.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yeah, I have no successes.
Okay.
2 successes.
2 successes. And he has 4. Yeah, you managed to actually hold Janina in place. And Janina, you can take 5 blood points.
Oh, yum yum.
I get the feeling the man is not doing very well. But
No, the man is unconscious.
At least it's not bad. At least.
Janina, you come to you realize you're being held from both sides very strongly, and you've been struggling against the grip.
What's happening? If I see the man on the ground, I think I'm
You do.
figuring
You
it out.
see men on the ground.
Oh my god, it happened again, didn't it?
The other man lets go and say, I will go get my mistress.
Yes.
And he heads off.
I will try to get to the man that I drank almost dry and try to look for signs of life and
Roll intelligence and medicine, difficulty 6.
Two successes.
2 successes. So he is alive, but he has lost a lot of blood. And he is clearly struggling. His organism is struggling against that. But he might make it.
If I didn't do it before, then I will lick it.
Okay, you lick the wound. But he needs attention and help.
I will try to give him if I know any first aid that I could do, stop and help him. If there's anything I can do without any equipment, and I
you can try something, put him in the right position, but he mostly lost a lot of blood, and that's his main issue. The other man has gone to get Cornelia.
How is it?
Can I give him my blood?
Do you?
I think it worked before, but I'm not sure how Janina feels about it, because it's clearly an Elysium and she doesn't...
I'll let you think about it. What you do with this situation. Meanwhile, Bea.
Hi.
Cornelia takes you the other direction, towards one other room. She also gestures for someone to come. Clearly these people knew to be here and expect. And this is a woman. Looks to be in her late 30s, early 40s, pretty elegantly dressed. She follows her. And you go into the room. And she just says, Miss Wozniak requires feeding. And the woman extends her wrist, gives it to you so that you can comfortably drink.
I give her a slightly vague smile and then bite into her.
How much do you take?
2.
So you hear her sigh a bit as you drink. And then she just pulls her wrist away, hides it, massages it a bit, smiles, bows, and leaves.
I slightly nod my head. Thank you very much. I
say to Cornelia, no problem at all. I have something for you. And she gestures to the desk. And you see there a bayonet lying there.
Right.
And also in the small suitcase, there is an axe which now has been disassembled with the blade being separate from the stick it normally goes on.
All right.
But you can screw it on. I hope either of these would be suitable. I had my servants take care of that.
That is most helpful. Thank you very much. So, sorry, the bayonet is just Is it just a blade, or is it the full?
It's just a blade. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I'll sort of lift each of them up in turn and sort of check weight and whatnot, and figure out what's going to work best for me. Maybe do a couple of motions, put them down, because I'm used to working with quite a small knife.
Bayonet is more practical in that it doesn't need assembling.
Yeah.
With the axe you would need, so you can carry it in a suitcase, but you would need to be more prepared to assemble it. It might be good for going in, because you can assemble it before that.
Yes. So the bayonet is slightly too big to sort of carry it.
Well, you could hide it under a coat or something.
Right, okay. But the axe I could keep in my bag.
Well, there's like a separate suitcase.
Right, okay. There's a
carry.
It's a big suitcase.
Not that big, but it won't quite go into your handbag.
No, that's fair. I think it's usually a satchel I have with me.
Yeah.
But which one's lighter, roughly speaking? Just because I've only got strength 1.
I think like you should be fine with the bayonet.
Okay. I'll probably stick with it. I'll probably pick that one up. This will be more than sufficient. Thank you very much.
Oh, no problem at all. Let me know if you require anything else. I have a word of caution, I suppose, about your Nosferatu. You should train her to behave better.
What has she done now?
I'm just referring to yesterday. She was acting a bit like a buffoon.
I did caution her afterwards.
Take the situation seriously.
I shake my head. Yes, of course. No,
Of course, I don't take offense, but some people might.
Yes. I've tried telling her before. I will have more intense words with her next time. I'd make a note of my journal.
Yeah. Around that time, a man comes in. You hear at quite brisk pace steps, and he comes in. It's like, excuse me, mistress. I'm sorry I disturb you, but there's been a bit of an accident. Carol is injured. And you see Cornelia look a little bit, just ever so slightly angry.
I am also starting to feel a bit pissed off.
But then she composes herself and goes, all right, I'll go. Of course I'm coming. If you would accompany me.
Of course, yes.
I believe it might be the doing of one of your associates.
Yes. I just have an expression of, for heaven's sake.
Meanwhile, Janina, do you give him blood?
Yes,
Mara,
I will. I will. I will give him my blood because, if Mara will try to stop me, I will probably don't do it. But in my mind, I just don't want him to die.
So Mara, you see Janina move to give some blood to the king.
Because I'm panicking. I just don't want to repeat.
If I can react quick enough, I try to stop her. I don't know if I...
You can, yeah. You can be like no or something or wait.
Sorry, I just don't want.
I stop her. I don't think it's a good idea. He's dying. I don't know. He's dying.
I just don't want him to die.
But Mara is not a very expert of medicine, but it seems to her that the man is like breathing, is lying, is just by a glance. I'm not checking in.
I'm probably starting to cry. So
he's alive. Okay. I try to bring her to take a few steps away from it. He's alive, and it's not a good idea. We don't know. I don't think the Ventru girl will take it lightly. So now,
how do I care about her? I don't say the word out loud.
I like.
But I seriously don't care about the
I
ventral.
put
Like
a
anyone
hand
else,
on her
I just
mouth.
care about the man, and I don't want him to die. That's all I want. Like I'm crying. If Mara tries to take me away, then I will succumb to her because I trust her. She's my friend and my sister, so I will let her. But I'm still distressed, and I don't care about the ventral at all.
Calm down and don't say things you could regret. And I could regret because I have to put myself between you. So calm down, he's alive. He will live.
Yeah. And you hear footsteps.
His mistress will take care of him. We have to solve this problem, though.
And soon, Bea, following Cornelia and the ghoul, you enter the room where you see the man unconscious on the floor, very pale, and you see Mara holding Janina, talking to her, and Janina crying. Cornelia just glances to you both, and then looks to the man and kneels down beside him, checks his life signs, takes out a small knife and cuts her wrist and puts some in his mouth.
I will probably look at Mara. Like rolling her eyes.
I'm watching them quite intently, and when I see that, I'm just frowning.
I don't really care about what Belle thinks right now.
I put myself in front of Janina, like to shield her.
Let Janina frenzy.
And if I can, I will not prevent you from frenzying, but I'm trying to.
Are you angry, Janina?
Well, I'm not angry. I'm maybe I don't really care at Belle.
Okay.
I'm angry at the situation, and she's frowning,
fair.
and I don't really care about that because that's what the hell? I don't really care.
Well, there's no specific target, so I don't think frenzy is called for. At least
I'm just annoyed.
Moment.
Thank you, because I'm in front
I'm
of
maybe angry at myself,
Yeah.
I'll put myself in front.
I just don't care about Belle's reaction at all.
To shield, between Janina and Cornelia, not not bodyguard, but
Cornelia stands up and looks to you both. I assume this was an accident.
It was. I'm so sorry.
I would just advise you to exercise special caution when someone offers you nourishment in this manner. I
think my anger is now much more bigger. And she says that because I'm trying very hard.
Okay, well, roll for self-control with difficulty 8. Do you wish to spend willpower?
No, I don't want to.
This is the Bruya way. I approve.
What is the difficulty?
Bea, roll for perception and empathy.
Oh,
difficulty
good.
6. Difficulty is 8.
I have 1 success.
Okay.
Sorry, was that also 8 for me, or was that
6 for you?
6 for me. Okay. Oh God. Insightful applies?
Yeah.
7 successes.
7 successes. So yes, you see Janina is on the brink of frenzy. She manages to control herself, but it was pretty close. And she's not putting that much effort into controlling herself either. There is some willingness to let go in there. Janina, what else are you thinking and feeling?
I'm just at first I'm angry at myself because this is my fault. But at the same, when she says this, that I should control myself, I'm also angry at her because I'm really trying and it doesn't help. So I'm angry at her and myself at all.
Mara, probably, I think Mara is giving her back to Janina, so probably she doesn't notice. So she is...
Probably not quite. You probably feel her grip like strengthen a bit if you're
Okay.
like holding her.
I'm like,
I'm fucking trying.
And Cornelia just says that.
I
hope we understand each other in this.
Yes,
I will say nothing.
sorry.
I will say nothing.
Okay, you say nothing.
Uh,
She glances at you.
I'm deeply sorry.
I'm trying to control my anger.
She looks to you. She looks a bit annoyed. She looks to you, Mara, as you start talking.
We are deeply sorry. Thank you again for your hospitality and your offer. I promise you that something like that will never happen again. I'm sorry. I think it's better we go to our task now.
Of course, as I said, I understand it was an accident. She says, and she gives you a bit of a smile as you say that.
Thank you, and I apologize. Let's go, Janina. We have a pressing task to perform, so let's go.
I will take a deep breath.
I'll follow you out shortly.
I will leave, and I will glance at the man.
He is like slowly regaining consciousness now.
And I whisper, I'm sorry, but I'm saying it to him, not to the ventral woman.
She glances towards you as you do that. And you leave, and you, Mara, follow?
We were going together, like me and Mara.
How much in control does Janina seem to me?
Well, she's controlling herself, but she is visibly angry.
Okay, I live with I like take Janina, not like dragging her, but like in friendly manner for by the arm, and
the only one I'm like looking at is the man on the ground. The rest I'm not like paying attention. Like I'm listening to Mara if she's talking to me, but I don't really care about Bea.
I change like a brief glance with Bea, and like
Bea is looking at the wall and visibly angry.
Okay.
It does look as though she's staying behind to try and calm down.
Wait. We will wait outside. And I try to take Janina outside the building.
So you head with her downstairs towards the lobby.
Yes. Away from Kindred and Kind.
Well, there are Kind downstairs, but you walk past them. I don't think Janina is likely to attack any of them. Yes, and you head outside.
Like a place with many, with as few people as possible around. So.
Okay, so you take her outside.
I hope Belle will find us.
Yes, in front, like not around.
Well, like outside the hotel, there are a few people coming in and out, but you can walk a bit down the street where there are less people, and you can still see Bea when she comes out. Meanwhile, Bea, you stay behind. Cornelia looks to you.
I stand there for a moment, sort of pressing against the bridge of my nose. Not inhaling, not like doing calming breaths because I don't need to breathe, but just taking a moment to calm down. And then I turn and look at her and go, I deeply apologize for their behavior.
I do not blame you for it. I know you weren't here to control them. I maintain what I said. I can see that it extends to both your companions now. Although Mara was more courteous.
Yes.
So she has the capacity, clearly.
Yes.
I understand. They didn't mean that.
No.
Way.
I just we've tried so hard to help them learn, and it's frustrating to watch.
I know, particularly with those of Bruja blood.
Yes.
They are very sad in their ways. Sometimes there is not much you can do, no matter how good your intentions.
I had a way I could have intervened, but I understand we're not to use disciplines in Elysium, so...
Oh, if it is to stop someone from losing control.
Very well.
I don't think anyone would blame you.
I will remember that in future, then.
Don't make a habit
will
of using disciplines.
No, of course
for
not.
other purposes. And she smiles slightly at it. Definitely relaxed more now talking to you.
Of course. No, I would never wish to overstep my bounds.
I wish you the best of luck with your companions.
Thank you. I will give them a little space to calm down and then have words with them. But thank you again.
Very reasonable.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, have a pleasant evening. I'm sorry for any inconvenience. And I will head out.
Yeah. She wishes you good luck as well as you go away. Oh, what are you thinking and feeling as you're walking towards the
deep anger that had already started bubbling up from earlier with the distrust and that I'm getting from Mara and the poking questions from Janina, and I don't understand why they're suspicious of me and why they're angry at me when I'm the one that's doing all the right things in my eyes. And it's just frustrating, and I want for them to do well, and I want for them to do better.
I guess we all want different things.
Yes.
I just don't realize how much yet. Yeah. So it's just this confusion and anger and a bit of resentment is starting to build.
Where do you head? Do you head outside to them, or do you stop by somewhere?
I get to the corridor, pause, head to the main lobby, look around the lobby, don't see anyone, go back to the rooms briefly.
They're not there.
1 hour passed.
It's
still wondering.
Yeah. I then head to Elysium. Are they there, or Felicia there?
Felicia is there. She's talking to Clemens.
Fair enough. She's in conversation. I'll briefly wave at her, and then
she smiles at you very warmly.
Then I'll head back to the lobby and just wonder where the hell they've gone.
Meanwhile, Mara, Janina, you head away. Janina, you're still frustrated. Mara follows you, guides you to this area a bit further down the street.
Yeah. When
further away from everybody.
I'm gonna sit on the ground and just
Okay. I know.
Just, I'm fucking angry at myself, but I don't really care about the bitch. Or even Bea. I'm angry at myself because I nearly killed another man.
I know, we have to... I don't know, we have to...
I have to find another way to feed, because clearly this isn't working out. I can't control myself. I'm a monster and I can do this.
We have to find a solution for this.
Yes, I will try to ask
also
my friend from the hospital if I can, I don't know, try to find a source of packed blood. I know it's not the most tasteful one, but
I
would much rather doing this than this.
I think it's a good idea.
And I think Bea's mad, but I can really care less.
Because that's the big problem. I can't this time I got lucky, but I can't stop you
I know.
physically.
You did well. Thank you for
I
trying.
was yes, but I was lucky, and I had the other guy helping me.
I guess I need
Either
guys to hold me down.
Either I become stronger.
I think you need to.
Yes, I need to.
I mean, I will try to find a source of blood from the hospital, because clearly I don't even want to hunt anymore, because I don't want to drink from
I know, but
living people.
I know,
It's too
but
much
you
stress.
can't. I can. Maybe I can attract animals, and you can drink from them.
I can try that, but I don't know. I don't think I ever drink from an animal before.
Me neither. I don't know.
It doesn't
We have
seem
to solve
very,
this.
very nice, but I mean, I would still feel probably guilty if I killed a dog, but I guess it would be less consequential than killing a person.
We have to find a way, and yes,
Yeah,
I
guess I have to prepare myself for the pep talk of Bea. And honestly, I'm not. I really can't pretend that I care, that I regret that how I behaved. Like, I regret the part of it when I, with the mask, but
obviously
not with the venture bitch. I don't really care. I don't understand why. I mean, I feel guilty for the man, but not because for her, I guess for her, it's only just a person that she's feeding, just food. I don't think she.
We just have. She cares because we have insulted her.
Yeah,
by
but I don't care
breaking her property.
And
I know you don't care.
I'm worried that I can't hide this anymore. Just I can't pretend that I care and that I want to do these things for these people when I really don't. I just want to go away and live my.
Where?
I don't know where. I just want to go away. I just don't want to be here surrounded by these former people. I don't know. I'm just very unhappy. And I don't think I'm much better than them. I'm still. I killed a person, and I nearly killed another one.
But you care. I don't think.
I just don't want to be around them, and I don't want to pretend that I care about their petty schemes and their etiquette, because they don't mean nothing to me.
I know. They don't mean nothing to me either. But
yeah, they are giving us haven. That's good. That we have a place to stay. But I mean, if I was alone or just with you, we could find a place to be safe without them. I just don't know. I just don't want to stay there and rot around all of these people and get caught in there. I would never go without you. I can promise you that. But without Bea, I don't know. I want to keep her, but I feel like no matter what we do or not do or say, she will never abandon this. We can never make her think that what we want is the right way, because I know maybe it's not, because who knows what's right, but she has her own mind. So, but the more I speak with her, the more I think that maybe it's not worth it, that we should leave her here with Felicia and just go.
This is her place, but it's not our place.
yeah.
I mean,
I just feel like
I
there's so
don't
much
know.
distance between me and Bea, and she
Can.
doesn't see things that as we see. Because she will, I can bet you that she will come here and she will talk about how we shouldn't do this and that I should apologize and I should behave better, but not for the man, because, I know it was wrong. I'm angry at myself for nearly killing the man, but
I know.
I don't give a shit about the Ventru bitch.
I know.
Like,
Me neither.
Yeah.
Let's try.
You're standing in the lobby.
Okay, if you
I'm
like.
quickly scribbling some notes in my journal angrily, and then I close it up. Take a breath, and then go and look out on the street and see whether they've gone there.
You see them down the street, and you see Bear step out of the hotel.
I'm just sort of wrapping my coat around me.
I will just mentally prepare myself for what about the come.
I'm slowly pulling my map out of my bag and just looking at the directions as I approach them.
I'm saying nothing.
It looks as though that street's the best one.
Yeah.
And I just start walking.
I will join her behind.
And I just walk in silence.
Yeah. I maybe talk to Mara if she is trying to converse with me about some small talk. She's silent, I'm silent too.
Because I'm probably obfuscated.
Yeah, you can't really be quiet in a conversation. Now as you're moving, when you were on this height somewhere and you could talk to Janina there. But as you're walking along the street, you can't quiet. And you're walking mostly quietly, I presume, towards presumed Sabbath Haven at a church. I believe it's Holy Savior's Church. And Janina, what's in your head as you walk?
I'm just very frustrated with myself because I clearly see that I can't hunt, I can't drink from living people. Clearly, I don't have enough self-control, and unless Mara get hugged, I don't see how I can do this anymore. So it's one thing that stresses me, that I will probably have to go to the hospital to Witold and try to secure some kind of bagged blood, because what Mara suggested, I'm not very keen on drinking animals, but I think it's still a better idea than drinking humans. So
right. And do you remember you got some blood in glass jars before from Witold?
Yeah. So that's what I think about, and then I think about what happened, and I'm angry at myself about what happened, but only because of the man. I don't really care that it was breaking the etiquette and that it was an insult to the Ventru girl. I don't really care about that, because I'm just angry at that this is what matters to Bea. The insult, not that I nearly killed the man, because I'm pretty sure that that's why she's mad about. Not because I nearly tried to kill a person, but because she sees this as an insult, and I don't really care about that. And I'm angry at her, but it's I know she doesn't really, because I don't see things as she sees it. This also makes me mad, because I know that sooner or later I will have to part with Bea, because I don't see how, no matter, I want to help her and to see her things my way, but at the same time I imagine that maybe it's not possible, because she and we are very different, and she belongs to the Camarilla. She fits there, and I'm not, and I don't think Mara does too. And I'm just getting very tired of even like trying to pretend that I really care about those people and I want to do these things. I'm doing this only because of my sisters and because I want us to have a secure haven. But my patience is running out.
Yes. And you walk with those thoughts. How about you, Mara? What are you thinking about? How are you feeling after what occurred?
Mara is realizing that she has like a million things to fix and solve, and she's trying to make everything work. She because since Janina asked her to become stronger to stop her, now she have to do that, and she have
Motivation.
no idea because she's not a warrior. She doesn't know how to use any kind of weapon, so she has to be as strong as at least as strong as Janina somehow, but she doesn't know how. She has to fix the Masquerade breach. She has to put Shabbat at hold. She has to avoid that Janina and Bea like kill each other in the mud. So she has also to find a way to like discreetly disappear a Toreador, Primogen, and Felicia. It will be perfect if in the same time. So like, okay, I have a bit.
Let's take all of your problems in one place and drop the bomb.
Mara is
and
haunted by responsibility.
So you're fantasizing about certain people disappearing and trying to make things work. What emotions are driving that? This is the kind of deeper question. When you think that you could fail at those things, what do you feel?
Mara, she actually more worried about Janina, that she's of herself, really, because the truth is that Mara does not care so much for her life or safety.
Okay.
And but she is very worried for Janina. She fears that Janina, one day she will wake up and Janina is gone. No, he's gone like dead, but he's gone like to another city, and she hopes she will not go without her.
So you're worried Janina will leave and you'll be left without her. And think about all the responsibilities you feel you have at the moment. How about you, Bea? You walk with your map silently towards Sabbath Haven.
As I got out of Elysium and saw the girls, at first there was this slight swell of anger and frustration, but as we walk, I'm feeling it just draining out of me, and I'm just feeling tired. And I'm trying to think of if there's ways that we could help Janina stay better in control. Perhaps we need to make sure that she makes like multiple hunting trips in a night, so that she's more topped up and not hungry. But I don't want to bring it up right now whilst things are still raw and fresh. But I'm trying to problem solve a way that she can stop hurting people, because it's going to draw attention to her, or it's going to insult someone, or she's just going to hurt herself in the process because she gets upset with everything. And she is my sister ultimately, and I don't like seeing her upset. And I wanted to take the pain away, not just because of the frenzy, but because I don't want her to be upset. So I'm slowly becoming less angry and just confused and tired, and I don't I know that there's this disconnect between us, and I don't understand it. As much as I can emulate a lot of behavior, it's the true understanding of it doesn't quite click for me. And it's
And in this various emotional states, you walk along the street where Hotel Bristol is, and towards Poniatowski Bridge, and down, and then along the river, on one of the parallel streets that run alongside the river, a bit further inland, towards the church where Sabbath is said to have its haven.
a few streets away. I'll sort of hold my hand up and sort of stop us early before we get anywhere close.
All right, but I think we'll get to that next time because it's time to wrap up. So thank you so much. I think this is a good moment to pause before we start getting into this whole operation.
Let's remember all of the emotions.
Thank you so much for playing. Thank you so much to everyone who's been watching.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed it. We are playing every 2 weeks, the same time. It's 6:30 p.m. British Summer Time currently on Tuesdays, and our next episode will be on the 25th of May. So we hope to see you here again to see how it goes with Sabbath and with all the emotions running through the coterie at the moment.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, everything's okay. Everything's
so
fine.
fine. Nothing could possibly go wrong. So yes, join us in 2 weeks to see what comes out of all that. And we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.